This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This your boy Black Magus, and god damn it, Super Bowl 49. Woo! If you're a Seahawks fan right now, you have to hate the fuck out of Dan Quinn. I'm not even going to put that on, actually you probably could put it on Pete Carroll, but I'm sure they could pass the blame on Dan Quinn, because Dan Quinn must have been like, yo, fuck it, I got another job, I don't give a fuck about this shit, I'm going hard, like thug life, for real. Seriously, Super Bowl 49 was a good Super Bowl until that fucking call. This was going to be probably considered one of the greatest Super Bowls ever. And to be fair, it probably still can be considered one of the greatest Super Bowls ever, because honestly, both teams did a good job. They fought hard, it was well played, back and forth struggle and all of that. But that last play though, seriously, was it first and goal? Yeah, it was second and goal, I think it was. And you're on like the 1.5, 2 yard line. You have the most productive running back in the NFL over the last 3-4 years. No other running back has gained as many yards as Marshawn Lynch. The man, they call him beast mode for a reason. The guy is fucking huge. He's fucking strong as hell. He's a fucking bulldozer. It's the end of the game. Patriots defense, hands on their knees. They gotta man up and build as much reserve as you can. You have 2 timeouts, so you can stop the clock. You don't have to necessarily rush things. You want to run a little clock, but you can give yourself some breathing room and run the ball and call timeout. No rush, no panic, no sweat. You got, 2 timeouts. That gives you, a couple of times to stop the clock when you try to pound it in. That means you have 3 times to get a couple of yards. No sweat. Marshawn Lynch, whatever, fuck it. He's going to knock this shit out the park, right? Wrong. They call a fucking slant. A fucking inside slant. Who does that? Who the fuck does that? Like, seriously. Who the fuck does that? I have to laugh because it just, it was insane. It was a fucking insane call. I've never, ever would have thought that would have been the call. I don't think any of us thought that was going to be the call. I mean, the writing was on the wall. It was obvious. It was like, Patriots done. Game over. Tom Brady is about to lose his 3rd straight Super Bowl. His legacy is still going to be, there because he's done some great things. He broke some records, Super Bowl records, blah, 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 blah. But he was about to lose his 3rd Super Bowl. It was there. But now, people get to suck Tom Brady off even more because he has his 4th Super Bowl. He has, pretty much put a stamp on his legacy. Seahawks, you guys are going to go down in history as buffoons, straight buffoons. Not only for that play call, but also for the way that you reacted at the end, starting the fight. I mean, emotions run high, yeah, I know, blah, blah, blah. But at that point, fuck it. There's what are you gaining from this? Starting the fight, throwing punches and shit like that, acting rowdy. Ain't the Patriots' fault that your fucking play calling was whack. So why are you getting mad? Why are you getting upset? You know what I mean? If anything, you're going to throw a punch. Throw a punch at, your coaches. Because your coaches fucked your shit up. Last team to win 2 Super Bowls in a row was the Patriots. You were going to be the next. You had it. It was right there for you. What happened? Stupid play calling. And that's pretty much the crux of this whole thing. Because, to be quite honest, the Patriots should have never been able to get the lead, but Seattle got kind of conservative in the 4th quarter. They took a couple of chances, but for the most part, they rested a lot on their defense and they didn't like go for the throat when they had that 24-14 lead. I think that they should have really went all out and did a lot more, but they didn't. I don't think they did enough in the fourth quarter. But even without that, they had their opportunity, and that play call just like, I really thought this was a really great Super Bowl. If you're a New England fan, of course, it's a wonderful Super Bowl for you because you won. But from a neutral standpoint, someone who's not a fan of either team, this would have been one of the best Super Bowls in history. Whether Seattle could have punched it in or not, had it been played a lot smarter. I would have actually preferred to see the Patriots do a heroic goal line stand where Marshawn Lynch tried to punch it in at least a couple of times before they took a shot with the pad. You know what I mean? I would have at least tried to punch it in with him twice until I got the fourth down. Then said, fuck it. You know what I mean? Not... That just made no sense. And, it's funny because the reporter, J.A. Donda, he tweeted, like, remember how we were all cheering when Pete Carroll made that gutsy call at the end of the half? Like, yeah, it was a gutsy call. It paid off. But in a situation like this, where the game is actually on the line, you don't get too cute. You don't get too fancy. You go for what works, what you have. What they had was a perfect situation, and they blew it. And that's going to be what we're going to remember from the Super Bowl. That's why I say this would have been, in my mind, one of the greatest Super Bowls I've ever seen. But that last play call, that tainted it. Because it just made you, like, it just took the wind out of the sails of the moment. Because it confused the fuck out of me. And I'm sure it confused the fuck out of a lot of y'all. It was like, why? Why in the fuck would you even think of doing that? It's like everybody in the world, football expert, I don't like Chris Collinsworth, but I have to agree with him. I don't know why you go with that call. And there's a ton of football experts who feel the same way. Why? Why would you go with that call? And again, if it would have, went for a touchdown, then it would have been, he would have been like, yo, this dude has guts, he has balls, he made like such a great, but it ain't worked out that way. You took a sure thing and you turned it into disaster. That's bad. That's really, really bad. But congratulations, Tom Brady has his fourth. Everybody now is going to definitely say he's the greatest quarterback ever. I still got mixed feelings on that. I think Tom Brady is one of the greatest, but greatest ever, yeah, I'll save that for another video. I'm not even getting into that. Of course, New England fans, you guys are going to be hyped to shit, and of course he's the greatest, blah, 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 blah. I get it, and I don't blame you. You should feel that way. This guy has won 4 Super Bowls for you. He took you to 6. He's done amazing things for a franchise that a lot of us had considered to be pretty mediocre before Bill Parcells showed up, and then before Belichick came through and started, taking them to the Super Bowl on a regular basis. So, congratulations, New England fans. You have your 4th Super Bowl. You're up there with, some of the greatest teams in history. Not many teams have 4 Super Bowl victories. So, you guys have a, really strong place. You know what I mean? So, good for you guys. Seahawks fans, I feel for you. That last play call just fucked up, what would have been an immaculate back-to-back Super Bowl run for you guys. Damn, I really feel for you. This shit is going to, haunt Seattle for a while because everybody in the world, could you imagine the NFL films? This is how it's going to end. One of the most questionable calls ever in Super Bowl history, if not the most questionable call in Super Bowl history. But anyway, you guys hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Megas, and I'm out. Deuces.